Today we're going to look at Palantir with an update on the current Wall Street dilemma, and we shall look at the huge announcement and also what can be done for Palantir to move higher from here. Also my current near-term target and also my 12-month fundamental range. Now Palantir is having the biggest development, and that is it has been shocking Wall Street left and right. However, Palantir has not meaningfully given back its post-Q2 earnings breakout. After closing Friday at 172.01, Palantir gained another 1.9% Monday to approximately $175.323, trading as high as $179.60 intraday. That matters because the market is beginning to accept the new valuation regime rather than immediately rejecting it. Now, looking at the stock's current setup, Palantir is now approximately $25 below its 52-week high of $207.52. So the question has changed. Last week, the question was the 30 to 40% post-earnings move excessive? Today, the more important question is, can Palantir reclaim 180 and then attack its $200 psychological resistance? I think the answer is yes, although the path is unlikely to be straight. The fundamental catalyst remains Q2. The Q2 numbers remain the foundation of the entire thesis. Palantir produced approximately $1.94 billion of revenue, up about 93% year over year, while US commercial revenue grew approximately 149%. This is the number I would focus on most. Why? Because the market previously had a legitimate concern that Palantir's growth depended too heavily on government spending. The commercial acceleration is changing that perception. Palantir is increasingly demonstrating that AIP can become an enterprise-wide operating layer rather than merely a government analytics product. The earnings reaction, therefore, represents more than a quarterly beat. It represents a change in the perceived addressable market. Today's valuation is the biggest obstacle, and here is where I become more cautious. At approximately $175, Palantir's market capitalization is around $450 billion, while the displayed trailing PE is approximately 150x. This is an extraordinary valuation. Therefore, I would not make the bullish argument by saying Palantir is cheap. It isn't. The bullish argument has to be Palantir's future earnings are likely to be dramatically larger than today's earnings, and investors are willing to pay for that future earnings curve. This is a very different investment thesis. It also explains why Palantir can simultaneously be fundamentally exceptional, strategically attractive, technically bullish, and extremely expensive. All four can be true at the same time. Now, the most important signal today is price acceptance. The Monday session is particularly interesting. Palantir traded from approximately 170.87 to 179.60 and still finished around 175.23. That tells us something important. The market tested below 171 and above 179. Neither side established decisive control. That looks more like consolidation after a massive earnings repricing than a fundamental reversal. So I would therefore classify the current structure as bullish trend plus high volatility plus consolidation, and this is constructive. Now, why 180 is now extremely important? I would make 180 the key near-term pivot. A sustained break above 180 would accomplish three things. First, it would confirm continuation. The market would be demonstrating that buyers remain willing to chase Palantir after the enormous earnings rally. Second, it would put 190 within easy reach. Once 180 becomes support, traders are likely to begin positioning for the next round number. Third, it would make 200 psychologically obvious. At that point, the market is no longer asking, can Palantir recover? It is asking, when does Palantir reach $200? Now that psychological shift can accelerate momentum. Why 200 remains achievable from 175.23 to 200 requires approximately 14.1% upside, and that is substantial for a normal large cap company. It is much less extraordinary for Palantir. The stock has already demonstrated the ability to move extremely rapidly following fundamental catalysts. So the recent weekly move was approximately 39.8%, and Palantir ended Friday at 172.01. Therefore, another 14% move is not outside the stock's demonstrated volatility. The question is whether there is a catalyst strong enough to produce it, and I see 4. Catalyst number 1 is analyst price target revisions. Wall Street is beginning to adjust. The street's current consensus remains well below the most aggressive bull case scenarios, with one current source showing a consensus around 189.9. That is important. If Palantir moves towards 180 to 190, while analysts continue increasing estimates, the market could start seeing 200 as a normal valuation target rather than an extreme one. Some analysts have already moved targets into the 200, 220 area following Q2 results. That creates a potential positive feedback loop. If you're enjoying the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Now we see that higher estimates lead to higher price targets, institutional buying, higher stock price, and further estimate revisions. Now catalyst 2 are the commercial contracts. This remains the fundamental catalyst I would watch most closely. The Q2 results showed enormous commercial momentum. The market will now want evidence that this is continuing. If Palantir announces another large commercial deployment, particularly from a Fortune 500 company or major international organization, the stock would react disproportionately. Why? Because investors are already worried about the valuation. So a large contract doesn't merely add revenue, it provides evidence that the growth assumptions supporting the valuation are still intact. That's much more valuable. Third is AI sovereignty. The AI sovereignty narrative is becoming increasingly important. And then fourth is the earnings estimate flywheel. Now, this could ultimately be more powerful than news headlines. Suppose analysts initially modeled Palantir's growth at around 50 to 60%. Then the company delivers 93%. Analysts raise estimates. Then the next quarter demonstrates that US commercial growth remains exceptionally strong. However, there is a serious warning. I would not chase Palantir aggressively after a vertical move. The stock has already generated enormous returns in a very short period. So the fact that Monday traded as high as 179.60 but finished around 175 suggests that there is a meaningful selling pressure approaching 180. Therefore, above 180 with strong volume, that is bullish. 180 rejected repeatedly, that is consolidation likely. Below 170, momentum weakening below 160 to 155. So short-term bullish thesis materially damaged. So the important distinction is that a decline to 165 after a huge rally would not automatically mean the business thesis is wrong. It could simply mean investors are taking profits. So my technical framework for today is 200 level is a major psychological target, 190 is a momentum confirmation zone, 180 is an immediate breakout level, 175 is the current equilibrium, 170 is the first important support, 166 is a stronger support, 155 is a major technical support, 148 is a bearish breakdown area. And the most important level today is therefore 180. So a clean daily close above 180 would significantly improve the probability of a move towards 190 to 200. So could Palantir hit 200 this month? Yes, but I would distinguish probability from possibility. And so my framework is bull case is 200, 220, and the probability is meaningful and requires a break above 180, continued AI sector strength, analyst upgrades and new contract momentum, and no major macro shock. So what is Wall Street's biggest dilemma? This is where Palantir becomes fascinating from an equity research perspective. And there are essentially two competing models. Model A is traditional valuation, where Palantir trades at an extraordinary multiple, therefore the stock is overvalued. So this model can justify 130 to 170 valuation. And model 2 is Palantir as a hypergrowth platform valuation, where it is becoming mission critical. Earnings are scaling rapidly and growth remains exceptional. So this model can justify a $200 to $300 plus. So Q2 strengthened model B, and that's why the stock exploded. Now my updated equity research rating, I would currently classify Palantir as a buy, high risk, stroke high conviction, not because it is cheap, it isn't, rather because the earnings trajectory is currently strong enough to justify continued multiple support despite the valuation risk. So what are your thoughts? Please like, share and subscribe, and remember to ask for God's help and trust him in whatever you do. Thank you.